Time for this morning's Show Me the Money. Tax season is here. This year, more than others, you may not want to wait until the last minute.
Well, this year's a very important year to be organized due to all the tax changes and continuing life changes.
The 2026 tax season will be very different for a lot of people. President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill made some major changes to the tax law. Jackson Hewitt's chief tax officer, Mark Stieber, says that means you can't afford to put this off.
Be proactive, don't wait, hope's not a plan. But get a plan together, keep it simple.
There's a lot of new deductions to keep in mind.
There's a new deduction for tips if you earn tips as part of your working life. You know, there's a $25,000 deduction up to $25,000 in qualified tips. You can just take that right off your tax return. If you have overtime as part of your earnings, there's a $12,500 per person deduction on overtime, qualified overtime. There's a new deduction for automobile interest. If your automobile is assembled in the United States and you borrow for that, like 25 million people did. There's a new deduction for seniors if you were 65 or older at December 31st.
That's on top of an increased standard deduction and a higher child tax credit. It can be a lot to keep track of. When is the best time to file your taxes?
Well, a lot of people think it's that 1 hour at midnight on April 15th, but nothing could be a worse idea than that. I'll simply say it's always historically been a really good idea to file your taxes as early as you can once you have all your documents. But this year in particular, due to the potential larger tax refunds, confusing new elements, and the need to perhaps go get more data if you show up and you don't have everything.
Okay, so you talked about a lot of the changes that are coming to taxes this year. I mean, I think that probably that could also increase the chances for people making errors. How can people avoid doing that?
Well, you know, the easiest way to avoid errors is to use a trained, experienced, branded, convenient tax professional that knows exactly what they're doing. And not all of those are the same, so you need to do a little bit of homework there.
But if you decide to do your taxes yourself, remember this.
Don't shortcut those questions on that software and make a mistake and leave money out of your refund. And please don't pay attention to Uncle Bob with his tax advice unless he is a tax professional. There's a lot of bad information, a lot of misinformation out there. You really want to pay attention this year
because an error can be costly.
The part of it that's really important is if you make a mistake, if you leave something off, it stays off. And this year with the tax changes, life changes, already complicated tax code, if you're going to do it yourself, you really have to put in the legwork. You really have to read the rules, understand the nomenclature, understand the terminology, or just have risk. And a tax pro can take that out of the play and just get you done in about an hour for a reasonable price that you can like and you can afford and get you the biggest refund possible.
Now, another reason not to wait, the earlier you file, the earlier you get your money. And if you're not getting a refund, if you file early, you'll find out exactly how much you owe, which you still don't have to pay until April 15th.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27. We're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the home page, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.